what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers.
Storm. Storm. Storm.
Burn Live, y'all. Murray Wangley keeping y'all connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers' eye red, keeping underage smoking on social media, killing myself for your entertainment, sitting here with friends and family, starting a cannabisation. Welcome, Burn Live family. How everybody doing? Welcome to another Burn Live show. It's been a while since I've been live. I know. And what's so crazy is I want to go live right now, but I'm having a small technical difficulty real quick. So, everybody live, I need y'all to do me a favor. I need y'all to get y'all blunts, bongs, and whatever you can find to go live with your boy, because, well, right now, I'm just trying to see if they'll let me get the personal thing, if I can set up for my Rumble. Every time I go live, I've been trying to go live on my Rumble page, and they've been sort of screwing me. So what I mean by sort of screwing me, I'm supposed to have all this stuff already logged in, ready to go. Look, I already had to look down, and they don't have me set up and ready to go. So I kind of have to start all over and see if they let me sneak up in here and add my Rumble. Now, one good thing about this, if they let me add my Rumble, would be cool. I would highly appreciate it. You know, you won't get no complaints out of me. So just give me 2 more seconds, everybody, and I promise you I will be getting started. Plus, how y'all been doing? I mean, I guess we can fire up. You know what I'm saying? We can all still smoke. Let's see if that work. If that work, then we can go and get started. I do got my blunt. I've been having a hard time putting it together and stuff like that. So we are now live on Rumble too, I do believe. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Actually, I had to start following myself on Rumble because of the simple fact that Rumble does not let me see notification things that are going on right now. It says I'm live. Or it said I was live. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it says let me know when I'm live on Rumble or not. I definitely did not get no notifications. It just says up and coming, but it doesn't say live. That's crazy. So I'm seeing a sign that says I'm live, but it's not. Okay, cool. Well, we live. That's crazy. Okay, so cool. We live. So we live on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook. Cool. Now we can get this. Now we can have our day started. Now I ain't out here tripping and wondering. They lucky that I don't take the time out and figure out how to go live on. Well, I know I can go live on Instagram, and they got a new format and stuff to go on so you can get live on Instagram. That's kind of cool. Can't bullshit you. That is kind of cool. Why did I pause right here on this? Oh, that's the song. That's the song, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, now Rumble's telling me that, oh, yeah, bro, hey, you got a live stream going on over there. You got a live stream going on over there. Hey. So, Now that everything's sounding pretty good and everybody's looking pretty nice. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another Burn Live. Welcome to another Burn Live show where we smoke weed and we get real high. We talk about a thing that's important on our mind. People talk about me so blind. Need to wake up and see what I'm on. No, I ain't got a pack of no chrome. I gotta go back to where we started. Oh no. That I'm a no. Hey, don't you like it when people be rapping and they start off one flow, kind of they be spitting and then they switch all off into the new version? They be like, I'm in coming again. I ain't switching no lames. None of these lames are the same. I ain't fortune and fame. I ain't got in no game. I don't need it in the lame. They is needing the same. I am welcome. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna just start liking the video, getting into the groove of a song before we get into a show. I really am. Also, I thought about starting to go live on Instagram with a crew called Rugs. I do like sitting there. They really bring out the conspiracy theory in me. I think that's the best way to say it. They really bring out the conspiracy theory in your boy. And I don't think nothing wrong with that. I appreciate people who test the water, test the theory, test the mic, and not try to make a situation seem like a person is dumb. We're all adults. We all here. Some people believe in this, some people believe in that. But let's sit down and have a cannabisation. That's all I'll be looking for. Let's have a cannabisation and work some things out and see if we can work some things out. See if we can come and have a conversation. See if we can have a common ground. Now that I know that y'all are smoking weed and we dabbing and stuff like this, there are a lot of stories that's been going on. Twitter is taking a 71% pay cut of when Eli first bought it. They trying to say he's not doing good. It's because of him letting certain people on. He's losing sponsorship with Disney. And then when you talk about it, now they're saying that he's doing drugs, and everybody like, oh yeah, you remember when he went on Joe Rogan's show and popped shrooms, and I think he smoked a blunt or a joint or something, which was okay, cool, and whatever. So not only that, but what's his name? Pat McAfee, who's on ESPN, is calling out Disney too. Now, Elon Musk called out Disney. McAfee's calling out Disney. Disney so-called going woke with their movies, which are failing in box offices. I don't know when the last time you went to go see a Disney movie, but all these problems. So I came across these guys chatting and talking. I was like, it's very interesting, the other things that they was talking about and bringing up, like Pat McAfee. You knew what you was getting yourself when you got in bed with Disney. Everybody know what Disney was getting into, but when you are trying to, I don't know, when you're trying to create a lane for yourself, or you trying to take your business to the next plateau. When you're trying to take your business to the next plateau, is Disney one of the places to go? Is ESPN one of the go? This is one of the debates that people probably should have, probably not should have. I'm not too sure. It's really up to you. Put in the comments what you think. I'll see them talking about and read them, and we have a good conversation. But when I seen this conversation and Patrick Bet-Davis had something to say about it, I was like, let me hear what he had to say, and then let me see if I feel the same about the situation. And I'll be like, you know what? I like watching Patrick Bet-Davis shows. He's always bringing a point and an issue to the table where you may not thought of. He always bringing an angle that you may have not seen.
Yeah, and by the way, you know the whole DEI thing with Mark Cuban and Elon Musk going through it yesterday. Elon Musk called Mark Cuban a racist yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw that in between all the
yeah,
borders.
they're going
stuff.
back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I proposed, I said, Mark, you're not letting go of this. Mark and I had a very friendly Twitter exchange on DM each other. I would say probably 100 messages over a span of 2 hours, back and forth. It was a debate. It was a very friendly debate, but it was a fiery one that we had. I said, listen, here's a suggestion for you, Mark Cuban. Since you're so confident in your DEI argument, why don't you do an X space with Elon Musk and others? You bring 3 to 5 influencers who agree with you, including bring Tony Fauci if you want. Bring whoever you want. So you won't feel like it's one-sided. Who would like to see this? I would love, and then I posted a picture below of the Guardian just to remind him, go a little lower. The Dallas Mavericks are consistently the whitest team in a black league.
It seems like if you want to put something together, the place to go, especially listening to influence and people have big followings, is to go on Instagram. Go on Twitter. I am broadcasting on Twitter. You can catch me at, you know what? I do not. That's crazy. I'm on X and don't even know my X name. That's sad. But listen to this. It gets interesting, y'all. We're only getting into the beginning.
15 out of 21 years.
Did he respond to that?
No, he hasn't responded to that. He responded to that in DM, but he didn't respond to that on public. And he and I spoke about it. So I'd love to see a Twitter space with Mark Cuban on DEI. And I'll talk about that later.
I feel like BBD's got something to say. Yeah.
Pat McAfee accuses ESPN executive of sabotaging his show. Here we go, Pat. This is what happens when you go to a company like Disney, a.k.a. ESPN. You are dealing with DEI scores that you got to be careful with. Pat McAfee, the sports talk sensation known for his YouTube show, has accused ESPN executive Norby Williamson of purposefully undermining his show by leaking false information to the media. McAfee specifically pointed to Williamson as the one trying to sabotage the program, stating more specifically, I believe Norby Williamson is the guy who was attempting to sabotage. Do you have this clip, Rap? Is attempting to sabotage our program. McAfee was known for his outspoken and sometimes controversial style. Recently faced.
It seems like when everybody's got a controversy going on, those are the people that are attacked by those who don't have the controversy or don't have the balls to stand up for what they believe in. So therefore they get attacked. You just can't go at these guys straight up or heads up. You see what I'm saying?
Faced backlash with a guest. Aaron Rodgers made controversial comments related to Jimmy Kimmel and Jeffrey Epstein. McAfee later apologized for the incident. Additionally, concerns arose about McAfee's TV ratings being lower than his lead-in, raising questions about the reported $85 million contract ESPN has with him. So think about the games they're playing there. Rob, if you have that clip, go ahead and play it. I don't know if this is it.
We're very appreciative, and we understand that more people are watching this show than ever before. We're very thankful for the ESPN folks being very hospitable. Now, there are some people actively trying to sabotage us from within ESPN.
Funny.
More specifically, I believe Norby Williamson is the guy who is attempting to sabotage.
Holding somebody responsibility. This is what people like for the simple fact he did call him out, though, bro. You cannot knock that he did. He called him out. Like, yo, I have a problem with you. You got a problem with me. What's up?
Our program, I'm not 100% sure. That is just seemingly the only human that has information, and then somehow that information gets leaked, and it's wrong, and then it sets a narrative of what our show is, and then are we just going to combat that from a rat every single time?
Damn.
I don't know. But, like, somebody tried to get ahead of our actual ratings release with wrong numbers 12 hours beforehand. That's a sabotage attempt. And it's been happening basically this entire season from some people who didn't necessarily love the old edition of the Pat McAfee show to the ESPN family.
Sure.
There's a lot of those. We've heard them anonymously quote.
Now, the thing, however you want to look at it, is getting in bed with these guys, with these so-called Disney people, and knowing the outcome, knowing the input, knowing what they're all about. Knowing what some of them are about makes you wonder, like, what's going on? Who are you rooting for? What is the aspect of this? Am I really finna? Everybody see what Disney is about and see what Disney got into, and you trying to tell me that I'm still finna be friends with Disney? Now you just put them out that somebody trying to sabotage. But listen to what Patrick Davidson talked about.
In the New York Post, in the New York Times, in the LA Times, in Wall Street Journal. And they're never like, yeah, love the show. This is awesome. It's always like little things to try to tear us down. So even with the enemy within our own camp, somebody that I don't like that guy. That guy left me in his office for 45 minutes, no-showed me in 2018. So this guy has had zero respect for me. And in return, same thing back to him for a long time. So even with that taking place and potential PR, like we're still growing somehow.
Yep.
So we're very thankful.
I love it, Pat McAfee.
But
my
question to you is, though, as a business guy, like, so you think, because I don't know, you think it's smart for him to air out what is that guy a producer? The guy he's talking about?
He's an executive.
Is that smart to do that to him about an
here's what I'll say to this,
thing?
bro.
No, it's not. It's not about. It's a great question you're asking.
Yeah,
it's not smart for him to air out. But remember, he's the guy that doesn't want him here. So imagine I want you at Valuetainment.
Yes.
You're here because I want you.
Oh.
You know I believe in you. You know I'm a fan of yours. Matter of fact, yesterday while we're doing our meeting during lunch, I showed a video of you.
Oh, God.
When you were the
Protest stripper?
Protest stripper. I showed that clip, and I'm sitting there saying, we're cracking up, laughing. We're watching clips of you, okay?
Oh,
my kids watch clips of you.
Not that one.
But then, no, not that one. But imagine if all of a sudden...
And see, this is the part where I feel him. Imagine that any of y'all was working for me, or imagine back in the day when I had a whole crew, when I had First Lady, when I had Junkie, when I had Bubble Butt, when I had Smack, Ghost, Max Hazard. Remember, I had like, except for Rumble, I'm sorry, Rumble, and some of y'all don't know, but back in the day, I had 8 people. Damn near 8 people that would go live with me every day. Imagine me letting them go live on my platform, and then I do the ending show. I do the follow-up show and say, you know what? Certain people on my show, First Lady, Smack, Bubble Butt, Juan DZ, I don't like them. I start sneak dissing them on my show. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody did their own personal show, but I start sneak dissing them. That's the part where he's getting that'll be wrong. But if somebody else was doing it and they start calling out, hey, you know what, somebody in the group don't like me, and I think it's that homie Capiche, y'all will want that frontalization. It makes you look at the company and like, what is the worth of the value? Is they worth my time? You know what I'm saying? If they're going to backstab a person that are willing to admit it on live air, would they backstab my dollar? Shit, would they take from my weed? Oh, okay.
One guy within the organization hates you, okay?
In Valuetainment.
And is sabotaging and bringing me stuff to say that you suck. And you had a meeting with him 5 years ago, and you for 45 minutes, you're standing there, absolute disrespect, insult, straight up doing that.
Okay.
So the company knows McAfee's a stud. The company knows McAfee can bring numbers in, but this guy doesn't, and he wants to sabotage your success.
Yeah.
You have beef with him. So for Pat McAfee, though, here's the issue. Guess what, Pat? Why are you surprised? You chose to go to a DEI organization. You chose to go to an ESG organization. You chose to go to Disney. You chose to go to ESPN. You knew you were going to get this, right? You knew this was going to happen to you. This is not going to happen at Barstool. This is not going to...
How many people feel like when you get in the industry, if you ever make it to the industry, they're going to try to play you? You started your business from a garage, from a basement, from a studio apartment, from a telephone that you used to do at lunchtime. You started your podcast, you started streaming, and now that you got the cameras, you got lights, you got stuff like that, and then Burn Live, this channel, goes and does a deal with, who the hell would I do a deal with? Like CNN or some freaking news company, some podcast, like, oh, you know what? I want to do a podcast with you. I want to sit a deal, but they're mainstream. If I go do a podcast with mainstream, am I expecting this to happen to me? Shall I expect the outcome of these guys to sit up here and say that the mainstream media is going to play me? The mainstream news company is going to jip me out of my money. That's like you getting into the real estate. You can name almost any company that you want to say that you want to get into. You get into a small company and you grow your company, and then the big mainstream company come. Are you expecting them to jip you? Should you expect that? Should you have a backup plan? Like, hey, I know they're coming. I know they're coming to get me. I should already be expecting this. When he said this, I was like, should I already be expecting this to come like this? I sort of should, but really should I? Really should I?
Going to happen at Spotify. This is not going to happen if you're independently kicking some ass, but it is going to happen if you choose to go to an organization like that. And by the way, this will be just the beginning. It's not going to get any less, okay? Do not think for a moment they're not calling them from the top saying, well, listen, you can't ever make a comment like that about Jimmy Kimmel, and you better call and apologize.
Publicly.
You think Pat McAfee did that because they didn't call him and tell him you better apologize to Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel coming
100%.
back and, you know, the most viral tweet of that week with 100 million views? Of course you better believe. But you chose to go to, it's like you right now choosing to take your talent and going to
SNL?
Not SNL.
Where?
No, you choosing to take your talent and go to. I'm trying to see. Pick one, man. You
Fox
choosing
News.
Not Fox News. You're choosing to go to MSNBC.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Me?
And you're gonna, but then, and you're surprised that people are backstabbing
Oh, yeah.
you. Why are you surprised?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
calling me saying you won't believe how they're treating me, Vinny. Why are you surprised?
Yeah, you went to MSNBC.
You went to a place that they
know who
There's
I
only
am.
one way of thinking. There can be debate. There can be discourse. It's only their way of thinking, Tom.
Look, ESPN is dying. I'll say it again. ESPN is dying. They're not in a growth mode. They're in an adjustment mode. Bob Iger was walking around at the Allen and Company conference, earlier, last year, where they.
I ain't gonna go too far into it. I just wanted y'all to hear that part. The part where we're saying, the part where we're looking at mainstream industries and saying that I took my mom and pop shop and knowing that if I get in bed with one of these mainstream media companies, if I take my mama's shop pop and make it a JCPenney's, put it in the stock market, am I going to get played? Can I shake the hands with the big guys and say, this is it, this is what we're looking for? Ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to say no, it's not going to happen, because you see that it's happened all the time. I have really not met nobody who's got into the mainstream any industry and did not get played or nothing. It's like you got to know it was coming. Now, there are those who got in this industry and be like, you know what, I'm going to take my lunch, but I'm going to keep it pushing. I'm going to keep going. I know what this industry is about. I know what selling my business or giving up partnership with my business to another company will do. And if you know and you think and you already plot and you plan, I guess they're not going to take you down. I guess it's not taking you down. Or is it? And see, that's where I want y'all to sit there and like, I had this business I was finna do. I was finna take it up here. Or it's like the bus company. It's like anything that you want to do. and you take it into the mainstream media, are you going to expect them to take you down? That is the biggest question in this industry, especially dealing with Disney, especially dealing with ESPN, especially dealing with mainstream companies right now, knowing that they do not have a backbone to stay afloat. They're taking pay cuts. ESPN cut a lot of people. Disney cut a lot of shows. Anything that you name is taking some type of hit. Netflix, Sony, all the big businesses is taking a hit because people cannot afford to buy the things that are going on. Already this year we'd have had plane crashes. We had planes malfunctioning. Boeing, it seems like Boeing, the airplane company, can't even get their planes together. And we worried about Disney. Fuck Disney. That's not worried about Disney. Let's make sure that we can fly back and forth to go see our loved ones. I know y'all seen the reports. I know y'all have seen the reports. It is not funny. It is not a game to see this happening to us and say, hey, no. Let's hold Boeing accountable. Boeing, what's going on? Talk to us. And see, a lot of these podcast shows, and I've been watching a lot of podcast shows just to see what people have been thinking and people's inputs. Had a dude on Instagram make fun of me like, yeah, I know you be watching TikTok. No, I don't. That's one place I don't go. If I'm gonna go to somewhere, I want to hear it out the horse's mouth. That's what I'll try to do. It's what I try to bring to you guys. But boy, airplane, yeah, y'all better start paying attention. Be careful of flying. Be a little bit more selective of flying. Planes is not doing. I think it was Alaska Airplanes too, y'all. So just be careful of flying when you want to fly. I love flying. Don't get it twisted. I love flying. Let me repeat myself. I love flying. But having a couple of planes, it's just a lot of weird things. I think that Y2K shit that came out a long time ago, like bits and pieces are starting to happen this year. You got massive wars. I seen an article and I cannot find it no more, so I don't know how real it was, but I think it was like a mass explosive somewhere. Not mistaken. Oh. And other breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. While we was talking about how you getting played and Elon Musk taking a pay cut from what he bought the company, Elon Musk, I do believe, just hired Don Lemon to do his show on X. So you got Chris Tucker and you got Don Lemon, two people that was in the news who got fired for freedom of speech or telling people how they feel, and they got fired from their jobs, and now they done went to X, so they can have freedom of speech. They can speak their piece. Oh yeah, I like how I said that. Speak their piece. But yet again, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe, and I stand on this when I say, this is the year of the race hustlers for my black people that watch my show. If you're black and you watch my show, do not believe all these race hustlers when you see these big ass celebrities talking about, I made millions, and yes, the white man wants to kill me. I made millions. Yes, the white man wants to lock me up. I made millions. Yes, I'm still in depression. What? You made millions and shut the fuck up. I promise you I believe in that. Like, quit race hustling us until you've been a true victim of a crime that actually happened. And if I'm wrong, let me know that I'm wrong. But if you have not been a victim of no crime, I don't want to hear shit. A victim of a crime? This is a victim, or this is being a victim of a crime. This is being a victim of a crime. Looking at shit like this, being a part of this. This is what I was talking about, the Boeing, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this was I was talking about. I bet you that it amazes people. It should amaze people that now that we smart enough that we can talk about things, but I understand that nowadays everybody can't sit up here and talk about a show. Everybody wants to see 10-minute clips. 10-minute clips, 10-minute clips, 10-minute clips, 10-minute clips of everything. You better sum all this stuff up in 10 minutes. I can't do that. I gotta talk about it. I gotta break it down.
Explosive force of the depressurization in the cabin. The warning light previously went off on the same plane multiple times, including the day before the horrifying flight. Alaska Airlines has restricted them from flying that plane on big flights, like long ones to Hawaii, for example, over the ocean, in case they had to quickly land. Listen to this passenger describe the moment the door plug blew out.
Did she say that plane was already restricted to where it couldn't even fly? This is why I keep following up on this plane stuff, because every time we hear something different. Now, I'm not trying to say if it's right or wrong, but every other day, I done sat back and I done heard something new about this plane shit. There's got to be something, some part, some element, something that we made that we cannot take shortcuts on. Not to say, now listen here, we complain about a couple of planes going down. I'm like, it's just a couple of planes. We do not need a trickle down effect. We need to start making a trickle up effect, meaning from the bottom to the top. Now we here. Not from the top to the bottom. No. Airline companies are privately owned, so they privately need to make sure that this shit works. Remember, this ain't for the public. It's privately owned. Privately owned, but federal regulated, I do believe. If I'm not mistaken, because you know what I'm saying, if you get in trouble, if you get locked up in the airport, that you basically getting fair times. You know, depending on the case, depending on what you're looking at.
Out.
You heard a big loud bang to the left rear, like in row 20. And a whooshing sound and all the oxygen masks deployed. You could see later that there was a 2-window section panel that blew out. It's about as wide as a refrigerator. And there was, I guess, a boy and his mother were sitting in that row, and his shirt was sucked off him and out of the plane, and his mother was holding on to him.
Joining us now is the woman in charge of this investigation, Jennifer Hamady. She is the chair of the National Transportation Safety Board and was able to inspect the plane, actually walk through it. So she has a lot of information. Thank you very much for being with us. Let's begin with what you saw that we don't know more about when you walked through that plane. What do people have to know this morning?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Poppy. It was described to us by the flight crew that it was a very violent, explosive event when it occurred, and you can see that from inside the aircraft. Now, we were able to inspect the airframe itself from the exterior and found absolutely no structural damage. to the airplane, so that's a great thing. Inside, there was a lot of damage to non-critical components, everything from paneling to trim to insulation coming out of the paneling, some separation of the plastic inside of the windows, although the seal and the glass windows themselves were still intact. And then, of course, you have the torquing of some of the seats in those rows. So it must have been truly terrifying.
I mean, it's the size of a refrigerator, the hole in the plane, while you're in the air going 400 miles an hour. It's technically called a door plug, but that's the door. I mean, the door blew off for all intents and purposes. And I wonder to you, now that they've found it, what will that tell you about if this could happen on other planes?
Yeah, and just to clarify, this is not an operational door inside the aircraft. Passengers would only see the paneling. Outside, you would see what looks like a door. It's a plug in the aircraft itself. But from the time we got here, we began documenting the scene and looking at how the airframe is situated right now, looking at everything from witness marks.
Yeah, you ain't telling us nothing that we ain't already seen since the last few days that it done happened too. I wonder where's the juicy part. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. Y'all are hearing it too. Y'all probably like, that shit ain't, y'all don't want to hear that. That's boring. You looking at everything. Okay, what have you figured out? What went wrong? If you can't tell us, which I'm assuming she can't tell us, so give us some speculations in a ballpark of what went wrong. You know, not everybody is smart to understand what's going on.
Paint transfer on different components to try to begin analyzing what occurred. Our focus right now is on this aircraft to determine what happened, how it happened, and to prevent it from happening again. And once we determine that, we can see if there's a greater concern that we want to issue an urgent safety recommendation for.
So talking about some potential warnings that this could happen, December 7th, and then again on January 3rd and January 4th, the depressurization warning light on this plane came on. And then it was inspected, and then it was reset, and then this plane was back in the air, but with conditions, right? That it couldn't do long-haul flights over the ocean, like to Hawaii, in case it had to land. After those 3 warnings, should this plane have ever been in the air?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, because that is what we
No, that's the only question. That's the best question. That is the
looking
question.
at with Alaska right now and with Boeing right now. That alert that illuminated those 3 times certainly is very disconcerting to our investigators, and we want to look at that. But it may have absolutely nothing to do with what occurred in the cabin of the aircraft on that during.
Deflecting, accepting. She's deflecting, I can't even say it. She's deflecting, meaning trying to defend Boeing. More like a lawyer, it looked like to me. But okay.
During that event, it did illuminate. The flight crew had switched to a different mode because there is a backup system. Once they landed, it was tested, inspected, reset, and put back in service. But as you said, Alaska Air took some precautions to put some restrictions on where that could fly. And that's something our systems crew is looking into.
But if there's a precaution on where a plane can fly, should that plane be flying anywhere?
And that's what we're looking at. Alaska Air tells us the reason that was put in place is so that they could get to an airport if the light illuminated and could get repairs again. But it is something that is a concern for us, so we're going to look. But again, I would just caution, it may have absolutely nothing to do with what occurred on that date.
No, fair, and I'm glad you point that out again. I was flying home last night with our 2 little kids, right behind, the same area as this plane, a different plane, but still, it's all I could think about.
Don't scare the audience. Like, don't say you would sit up there so we could give you a Goodwill card and stuff like that, man. If you're not gonna tell us what's going on, you're not gonna tell us what's going on. And I feel like she's not gonna tell us what's really going on. You dig? Yeah, I need to find that damn earpiece. It's gonna start alerting and stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all potheads all over the world, I am trying to build a community where we can sit here and candidly talk about anything and everything and dissect life. Dissect life. There are a lot of things go on, and there are things that y'all might see that I might not see, and I would love for y'all to send me videos or tapes or message me if there's anything that you would like for me to discuss or talking about on my podcast channel, because, I don't look at everything. I just look at some things. And, I might miss something. Now, other than that, y'all know that another big things, he's still making waves. People are still busting out episodes. It's the Cat Williams is still basing out episode. It seemed like Cat Williams went first, and it's like, all right, every other day or every day, I need another celebrity to come out and then say something about something so we can make slow traction. I really believe that this is planned because there's nothing really popping in Hollywood. Nothing. Everybody knows we not really going to the movies. It's not popping. So you gotta make something to make headlines. And Cat Williams making headlines right before he doing his tour, you can't say it's not dumb or smart. It's smart. Okay. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? Are we looking to just get wealthy, get rich, make money, live our lives, be happy? Do y'all want aliens to come around and stop everything and really shut some stuff down? Do y'all want zombies, which is going to be man-made by somebody in a laboratory, which there's laboratories all over the world, and some idiot ejects a human being and some weird stuff happens, and now we on a fucked up collision. What? I'm just saying, I'll just be wondering what are we looking for? I try to explain people the certain beliefs and certain things that I believe in is for the simple fact that if the reason why I believe in them, the reason why I think things are funny and weird and it's strange, like the biggest one of all is the moon landing thing, is because I don't want to pay taxpayer money for geniuses to like, hey yo, I need money to build this rocket to go up here to go see this spaceship to see whatever. I just need your money. And then a state be like, oh yeah, I want to get behind you because he's interesting too. And then next thing you know, they're taking out a taxpayer's budget. I notice more and more and more every day. I look at things as in a tax bracket. Things that are in a tax bracket that's in my tax bracket, meaning I have to pay, I have a problem with. And I'll be looking at it like, yes, I got a problem with. I need to find out why, where, and who's responsible for it. There are a lot of other stuff that go on that I'll be like, yes, I believe that's a bunch of bullshit. And I may make fun of them at people just to wake some people up, because there's a lot of things that go on. There are a lot of rules and laws that are happening that a lot of people don't know nothing about. Nothing about. They have no clue, no idea, no fucks. Adults really, and I'm just using this as, not to say lightly, but I'm really want to say this. Adults are blind as hell as what be going on around a city and counties and countries and everything that be going on. They really are. They don't really care. And there's nothing. I feel like there's something I could do is just keep at this, and then find those who are interested, those who are curious, those who want to know things that matter. But for real, a lot of people don't care. Smoke my weed, how to grow it. And I'm for the weed community. I love my marijuana community. I could sit and smoke with guys all day. But if I'm going to go live with you, and see, this is like why I like Rug Gang, because they're starting, I believe that crew over there opened up to me and see what type of person I am, that where if I come on her, I'm going to want to discuss some things. I'm going to want to have a real conversation. And if we really can't have a conversation, because, all conversations don't last that long, then I got to go. But other than that, these topics over here that I'm really about and I'm really for over here, yo, I want you to know that I take my time out and I'm looking at this stuff for you guys. Now, when I said UFO, I'm going back to the UFO thing because, bro, it seemed like that's what people are really, really into. Like, y'all really be wanting this UFO shit to really, really pop, really bang, really, really put in their efforts, bro. Even Jeff Rogan loved talking about it a lot. I just seen like 3 articles that just went past me that was talking about aliens. So I'm like, so man, and we talk about it. I talk about it with my other people on Instagram a lot.
If he does have firsthand knowledge, he's not allowed to say it until now. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I was also under the impression he didn't have firsthand knowledge. So he did, I guess, on the podcast say that he has some firsthand knowledge. Maybe I didn't catch that.
He did say it very quick.
Yeah, he said it very quick.
You know what? Edging. What edging is, of course.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like. It feels like BDSM level, getting your cock right on the precipice of coming and then slowing down and then edging and then slowing down. It's so frustrating. It's when we talked about disclosure in the old days, the dream of disclosure, no one thought it would be this like
slow drip,
bureaucratic,
right?
Slow fucking drip. It's so frustrating. I don't pay attention to it anymore. I mean, if they...
But isn't that, like, if you knew anything about human psychology, and I'm sure they do, wouldn't that be the very best way to release this stuff?
Yeah.
To make it irrelevant?
Yeah.
That people don't care about it anymore because it's so boring?
Totally.
They made the most exciting thing boring.
They fucking ruined it.
They did it with bureaucracy.
They just fucking they just signal jammed it. Now it's just annoying. You
now
don't care.
I'm back in. Now I think it's real.
You do?
Because I think that's what they would do. If you did have something real and you wanted to release it.
Slow drip.
Yeah, slow drip it, and people are goofy. You just give them time and they forget or they don't care anymore.
Talk about your redactions and your fuck.
Why play with us? Why play with us? Why play with us? Why play with us? when it comes to doing this, if y'all gonna say that aliens are real, but now we're not gonna give them the full scoop. They can't handle the full scoop. We're gonna give them bits and pieces. Why play with us? What is it that is so important to make it? Nah, it's not. Nah. We can't give them the whole shebang. Not of aliens. It's like almost telling me, or would you be mad? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. It just hit me in my head like, bah. Would you be mad if the government came out and said, yes, aliens are real, and we know where they stay? What? Not you know where they stay. Not you know where they stay. Now I got a little bit of problem. I got questions. You see what I'm saying?
Fucking permissions and just cover the whole thing up in a bureaucratic web.
That's how I would
of
do it.
linguistic garbage.
Yeah.
And then people just get annoyed. And when they do show up, no one's even going to care anymore.
Wouldn't you do it that way?
I guess if like I was some sinister, monstrous.
And you'd have to be if you were running shit.
Right.
If you're the head of the fucking world, whatever it is, Trilateral Commission, World Economic Forum, whichever one is
God,
like.
that would be so fun.
You'd have to dress up like Klaus Schwab.
I would.
One of those Star Wars outfits.
I'd always have a weird outfit on. I'd wear robes, a crown.
Why not, right?
Why not?
Yeah, if you were one of those guys and you had the information about aliens and you knew that we had to let it out, that's how I'd let it out. I'd let it out in a really boring way.
Yeah.
So that everybody just don't care anymore.
Yeah. No, I guess that's what they're doing. I mean,
That might be
seems
what
like
they're
it.
doing. It might be what they're doing.
Why? I just don't. I mean, I guess like they are obviously wanting the information out there. They wouldn't give him permission to do any of this. So clearly this is an agenda they have. They want to release to the world that there are some weird alien
It could
things
be
flying
easily be obscuring some sort of a program. It easily could be that too. And there could be people that are talking about it as if it's UFOs, that believe that it's UFOs, that are actually helping obscure this program. That's possible too, man. Like we're just fucking plebs. We're just out there.
Right.
We don't know jack shit.
No.
And anybody that pretends they do, anybody that says that it is or is not real, like, how the fuck do you know? The only people I think that really should talk are the people that have actually seen stuff. Like when I hear guys like David Fravor, when he talks about that Tic Tac incident off the coast of San Diego, whatever the fuck that guy saw, I 100% believe him. There's video evidence that corroborates it.
Sure.
There's radar evidence, whatever that is. Like, what is that? But this whole thing seems like what I would also do if I had some super sophisticated propulsion system that is out of this world, that runs on some sort of a gravity generator.
Okay. Everything they sound like they're saying to me and what it sounds like to me, not correct me if I'm wrong, is still government tested situations and things that you would look at. It still sounds like government tested stuff, bro. It still sounds like I don't know. I hate to say what I said on Instagram, but I might have to say that I am thinking that just maybe the aliens are going to be from maybe government. Maybe that's where the aliens are going to come from. What do y'all think? I don't know. I'm just assuming. I'm just curious. It's not a bad way to go. It's not a bad way to go, though. I'm just saying, y'all looking up me and I'm looking at y'all. I'm like, hey, I see just like y'all see. And if y'all see like I see, then hell, That's the way to go. Aliens are just such a far-fetched thing to bring into reality. It's far-fetched. It's the Star Treks of Next Enterprise. It's the Star Wars Darth Vader of all conversation. It's like no matter how you look at it, no matter how you want to present it, it's always gonna be that And then you got some hardcore people. I forgot where I put my drink at. You got the hardcore people like, man, fuck that, man. Fuck that, man. Aliens ain't real. What the fuck is you talking about, bro? You sound stupid. Ain't no way. You do got those. You do got them. And it's weird. It's strange to me that you do have them. You do have those type of people that be like, man, it is believers and non-believers. And Jeff Rogan probably is a believer.
Some sort of a thing like Bob Lazar described. You ever see Bob Lazar describe what he believes? Yeah, the element 115 and how it whatever the fuck it does. See if you can find him describing what element, because there was a recent video where I saw him talking about it that was pretty eloquent in what he was explaining that this thing can do. But if that was like a thing that the United States government had invented, what better way to get it, to sneak it around than to put out all this shit about alien stuff?
Right.
Like, we don't even know what it is.
Right.
The government's trying to back engineer it, but they have no idea what it is. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's hear it.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
Yeah.
Element 115 is a super heavy element. We've only just recently synthesized, we only made 4 atoms of it. The craft uses larger quantities of it, 223 gram little triangles of it. But it's a unique element. When it's exposed to radiation, it produces its own gravitational field, its own anti-gravitational field, and it's what's used to lift and propel the craft and create distortions around it. It's an amazing material, and it's certainly nothing that occurs here or naturally.
And it can be weaponized, and that's kind of the issue here. If this story is all true, that can be weaponized.
Absolutely. I mean, we ran all kinds of tests on it, everything from atomic absorption, X-ray fluorescence, and every kind of test you could possibly imagine, and bombarded it with radiation to see what effects it would have. They call that neutron activation, but it was a stable element, something we had never seen before.
Recordings just got better.
You knew a commercial
Hey,
was
it's Dana from
coming,
Streamer.
so
I'm so excited to announce that
That is from Jeremy Corbell's show that he does with George Knapp.
the wild world to explore and say that these people and say that these aliens are among us and they finna sit up here and chill and have a good time and parlay is one hell of a thing to say and do. I'm curious to what people think and do and what people would say and see if they ever seen an alien. What would you do? Where would you go? Who would you tell? Who would you tell? Who would you...
What is that called? Weaponized? That's the name of their show? That, yeah. I think it's a drone. I think some of them are drones. Because here's the thing, is like some of them, I mean, again, I really don't think. I should say I think they could be drones too. Because they keep finding them off these areas where they do military tests. They keep finding these areas.
That's the part where I'm stuck at, where no matter when you say aliens, I think aliens is going to be something that is government tested. And that's where they're going to come from. You're going to be like, oh, it's an alien. Okay, the alien came from the government. They released some weird-ass project that super mutated a human for real, to the worst, to the worst, to the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. And then what you going to do? Then what you going to do? And you know what's crazy? Jeff Rogan seems like he has alien talks with a lot of people. I just went back and strolled back down and like I seen him just talking alien talk. He has alien talks with a lot of people. A lot of people. John Laurent back. Now, when it comes to sports, I would love to just show y'all things. I think I got away with a little bit showing a little bit of sports when it came to highlights and stuff like that. But other than that,
So, Ja, he took to social media. This is what he posted shortly after the news came out. He said, just waiting for the sun to come out. It really is a bummer to...
Hold on, what happened?
Sorry, let's shift from a team that is looking to turn it around to one that really is running out of ways to do it here. Memphis Grizzlies superstar Ja Morant, he will undergo season-ending surgery on his right shoulder. That is what the team announced on Monday night. Morant, he had an MRI that revealed an underlying labral tear that will require surgery to repair it.
Dang, boy, you was out for 25 games. You was out for 25 games, and then you just came back, and now it's over? Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. This dude reported this 6 days ago. Tucker Carlson, scared of how knows about sighting a UFO sitting. I told you, man, everybody is coming out with this UFO thing. Like, what is going on? Is it time? Is it really, 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 really time for you guys to sit up here and say that y'all ready for these UFOs? Scary as that sounds, bro, I don't think that y'all are truly, truly ready. I'm not. I said I want to see one before I die. That don't mean now or anytime soon where I have to fight for my life. And y'all gotta understand this, bros. UFO sightings for real in some places, the world gonna stop. Some areas it's gonna stop. In that town, city, wherever it lands, that area is going to stop. It's gonna be full shutdown, pandemonium. And then if it's really true sighted, you think they really gonna try? They gonna try their best. I promise you, y'all. Aliens. They gonna try their best to. All right, let's not spread it out to the other states. Let's hope everybody don't hear it, so they not panicking, running all over the place, shooting people's heads off, asking dumbass questions. Are you an alien? Are you an alien? Are you an alien? Elon Musk need to hurry up and build that spaceship so we can go to Mars. It's crazy. Y'all really, really be hyping this for this. Ladies and gentlemen, How far is we gonna take it? I mean, what do we want to see? Who are we gonna pull up out of the Adam's apple? Out of the woodworks, out of the sky, out of the stars, out of Mercury, out of Jupiter, out of Venus, out of Pluto. Where they come from? Where are you going? First thing y'all gonna want to do is shoot it. Y'all is gonna want to shoot it. Y'all gonna want to shoot that mother. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I'm scared to even go into another subject because I feel like as soon as I do, that's when the aliens gonna come to them. Nah, I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Let's hear what the news
Dad?
people put out 15 minutes ago, y'all. Let's get into a little bit of news so we know what's going on. Just to keep y'all up. Just keep y'all up.
Walter Reed revealing that the secretary underwent a minimally invasive surgical procedure to treat and cure prostate cancer. It all started in December 22nd when Austin had the surgery. Everything went fine. He even went home. But then Austin had to go back to the hospital on January 1st because of an infection. Still doesn't really explain why Austin felt the need to keep everybody, including the president, in the dark for days. The Pentagon couldn't explain it either.
Whose decision was it not to alert the president that the defense secretary had prostate cancer?
We're providing that information to you as we've received it. We received that this afternoon, and we're providing it to you now.
Clearly you didn't know. The chief of staff, did the chief of staff know?
I'm not going to go into the specifics on who specifically knew what, when, and where.
He was not informed until last Friday that Secretary Austin was in the hospital. He was not informed until this morning that the root cause of that hospitalization was prostate cancer.
Is there a lack of trust between the Pentagon and the White House?
We have complete confidence in the secretary. That is something that we have said. The president has complete confidence in the secretary.
Wow. But that doesn't explain why Joe Biden and his White House didn't even notice the defense secretary was in the ICU.
What kind of commander-in-chief is President Biden that at a time when American forces are under fire in the Middle East, he can go days without knowing that his defense secretary is in a hospital bed?
At no time was the ability for the United States military to defend our national security interests compromised.
Why should we believe anything that this administration tells us about anything ever again?
The Pentagon has been very, very honest with themselves about the challenge to credibility by what has transpired here.
Judge Jeanine, you are a medical doctor as well,
Yes,
so let's
yes.
go to you first.
Yes.
Would you describe prostate cancer surgery as elective?
No.
Or minimally invasive?
Nobody says, I really don't need it, but I think I'll go in and have prostate surgery. Okay. Plus, now we know for sure what we didn't know yesterday, and that is on December 22nd, he was under general anesthesia. When you're under general anesthesia, it's during the time of the surgery, and then for several hours later when you're groggy and this and that. But the crazy part about it is, and I get that Kirby is dealing with the bad facts that he has, but when he says at no time was the ability to defend our national security interests compromised, that's hogwash. Okay? At this time, American servicemen and women are being hit in Iraq and in Syria. No one is doing anything about it. There's no national security meeting, no NSC council meetings. No one is talking to anyone else. Really? Is there like a memo that says, okay, we'll allow this many to get hit? One right now, I understand, is in critical condition. More than 50 of them have traumatic brain injury, which is a lifelong injury. Do they not care? Or how can they prove to us that they do care in light of this? And I want to say one more thing. The cabinet, there is now a requirement that they...
I like it when they fired up. They don't normally get fired up. Normally they go into these conversations smooth. With this war and Joe Biden, what things looking is not looking good for this man this year, and this stuff is looking beautiful, magnificent. What are you gonna do when Joe come for you? Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared. Man, I understand that things are looking a little shaky, a little wishy-washy, but boy, I hope that y'all do make it through these hard times, baby. I promise you. Because now, I just think it's going to get shaky, but hopefully not for us. Hopefully, like, gas prices don't go through the roof because Joe Biden says the wrong more stuff. As long as people say, like, keep it mellow, stay off Twitter, keep it chilling, we all right. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, this is election season. Joe Biden already putting out campaigns and people, you know what I'm saying? And he sounded pretty good for his no muttering, no stuttering. No muttering, no stuttering. When people get the muttering and people get the stuttering, that's when you're going to have a problem. All right? For real. And the only person that really be doing that is Joe Biden. Should we play this? Man, I ain't gonna let them keep getting mad at a man had prostate nobody knew. But here's this weird stuff for you guys.
How do you take 20,000 children in the middle of New York City without anybody seeing?
This episode of the Y-Files is brought to you by Factor. During the 1960s and 70s, the United States and the Soviet Union fought the Cold War on many fronts. Some of these engagements were obvious, like the Cuban Missile Crisis and the proxy.
How long is this? Oh, man, we can't play this. This is too long. This is too long. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I ain't gonna even.
The White House looking even more incompetent as we finally learn the.
I ain't gonna even play y'all like that. I'm not even finna play us like that. We not even finna go there. But I think I done looked for too much UFO because now that shit is everywhere. So I was trying to ask some people on another thing that I was doing, but the USFL and XFL has put together a team, and now that the UFL, they kick off March 30th, their first game, and they put two franchises came together to make one franchise. It's the way that they're trying to keep football to going in the summer, giving people more opportunity to play games and get highlight reels and try to make it to the NFL, make it to the big game, or the other way around where somebody feel like they retired but they feel like they just got one more year left up in them. You know what I'm saying? Here's you another chance. We're in trouble. Boy, do the. I'm just looking, y'all. Because like I said, right now, it's either y'all want me to flood y'all with my boy, and I know y'all don't want to hear about my boy. I know y'all don't. But just in case you do, I am going to bring up my one good time.
Looking to hire? ZipRecruiter delivers candidates with the right skills and experience fast.
Former President Donald Trump was in a federal courtroom in Washington today as his lawyer argued before an appeals court why he should be immune from prosecution for his efforts to remain in power. Laura Jarrett has more.
Tonight, a ruling expected any time from the federal appeals court, which appeared deeply skeptical today of Donald Trump's efforts to derail the case about his attempts to overturn the 2020 election.
I did nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong. I feel that as a president, you have to have immunity.
The Republican frontrunner watching on in court as his lawyer, John Sauer, urged the three-judge panel to break new legal ground and find the former president immune from prosecution, emphasizing everything he's been charged for took place when he was still in the White House.
We have the prosecution of the chief political opponent who's winning in every poll and is being prosecuted by the administration that he's seeking to replace.
While the Justice Department argues nothing in the Constitution supports shielding Mr. Trump from prosecution now.
Never before has there been allegations that a sitting president has, with private individuals and using the levers of power, sought to fundamentally subvert the democratic republic and the electoral system. It would be awfully scary if there weren't some sort of mechanism by which to reach that criminally.
Judge Florence Pan, a Biden appointee, posing stark hypotheticals on what a future president could do if Mr. Trump's view prevailed.
Could a president order SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival?
The answer, in Sauer's view, yes, so long as the president was impeached and convicted first, pinning much of his argument on the Senate acquitting Mr. Trump at his 2021 impeachment trial, a position DOJ cast as frightening.
What kind of world are we living in? The president has a unique constitutional role, but he is not above the law.
And Laura, what can we expect going forward in this case?
This appeals court is likely to rule very fast, Lester, potentially even this week or next. Now, if Mr. Trump were to lose in front of this appeals court, he could appeal even further, potentially up to the Supreme Court. All the while, though, the March trial date is ticking, and his lawyers have not been shy about the fact that their goal is to delay, Lester.
All right, Laura, thank you. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News.
Boy, they want that boy to go to jail. How can you fight court cases, then go to rallies, then go to town hall meetings, go to sleep, and do it all? Boy, told you, boy, they're making that boy a bad man. That's a bad man. You think it's not? Some people think he's not. Some people like, boy, you tripping. He's a fascist. He only worried about himself. He's not worried about American people. He wants to take American people down. He doesn't care about black folks. He doesn't care about white folks. He don't care about himself. How can you get in a position and only care about yourself? You might well then get up there and then make a law. Hey, from here on out, I'm only going to make it about myself. All these laws and stuff only contend to me. I am the president. Why the president didn't do it the first 4 years that happened? Is he such this person that they don't believe in? He's gonna do us so wrong. Why he didn't? I wish he would have did the first time. So then I'd be like, okay, yeah, I feel y'all. He didn't do it the first time. Well, he did it the first time, so yeah, he probably gonna do it the second time. Okay, cool. I get where you're coming from. But I can't do that. I don't see that. I don't see where people be coming from sometimes. And I just be asking simple questions.
What's happening here in America? It's primary season. We got a shocking new poll here. Let's put it up there on the screen.
Attention retirees.
Attention retirees.
what's happening here in America. It's primary season. We got a shocking new poll here. Let's put it up there on the screen. And what does it show? My God, Nikki Haley coming within single digits in a CNN poll, up 12 points since November. Trump standing at 39 points, Haley 32, Chris Christie 12, Vivek 8, and DeSantis 5. So,
damn. And this is a CNN poll? Blow that up so y'all can see a little bit better. I said it when they had that one panel and it was all about more abortion than anything else, that was going to help. I think the fact that she probably stood on her grounds about the Civil War probably helped. Now, I don't know. Don't take it, but I just believe when she stood her grounds on the Civil War, even nobody crushed this. I ain't never heard nobody speak about the Civil War and never mention slavery. She like, okay, so I didn't mention slavery. See, that's what you want me to mention. You want me to talk about the niggas. And that's how she took it. You want me to talk about people that you really don't want me to talk about. I want to talk about the issues that are issues at hand. You want me to bring up a whole nother scenario that has nothing to do with nothing. I think that's why I'm kind of okay that she stood her grounds. It really doesn't matter to me. I know it really doesn't matter to a lot of people, but the donors, and that's what it matters. The people that are donating that money to that pot, to that kettle, to make it feel like Trump has some competition, because that's the only thing they feel like can stop it. But my thing is, ladies and gentlemen, why would you put a girl up against Trump? You seen what happened when Hillary was up there. But I know y'all be like, well, Michael, she doesn't have Hillary background. She doesn't have no collusion. But he gonna just wear her out with that warmonger thing. She's a warmonger. She's battling wars upon wars upon wars upon wars. That's all you're gonna see is another war. All our money gonna go to war. Gas prices gonna be high if we help in wars. Ooh, see, stuff like that make you like, nah, Nikki, I might not need you to be up in there. I might not, because it ain't gonna look right. It ain't gonna look right at all. We gonna, yep. Taxpayer money into wars upon wars upon wars. I don't want. No, sorry, Bob. And if y'all don't see it like that, I hope you do. I hope you understand that certain people are straight warmongers. Now that boy Vicky Ramaswamy, who, even though my boy is what number is he? 4th. What do y'all see in Chris Christie? What do people see? Chris Christie is the only person standing up there to go against Trump. So of course that's why people see something in Chris Christie. Okay. All right. You see how I try to be somewhere reasonable. Most people sit up here and crack their little jokes, and I just try to be honest. Now, maybe if I had somebody up here with me, I probably would crack a little bit more political jokes, because I know a little bit more political jokes. It's hard cracking political jokes when you sit up here by yourself, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. It is for me. You know what I'm saying? I hope that y'all smoking and dabbing and doing all those blessed fine things that you would like to do. I hope y'all put it in the comments. I don't put it in the comments. Hope y'all just having a good time. Hope you're having a good time. Hope y'all smoking on something. Hope y'all feeling out the rest of your day.
The Joe Rogan.
Right. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't gonna play y'all. I ain't gonna play around. And that too, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna get on up out of here. I appreciate y'all hanging out with your boy. I'm your host, Capiche. It's the Burn Live Show. It's been another good one. Until next time, we out ya. Peace.